Hello, friend, and welcome back once again to Grigsby's War in the East. We have here turn 7 with Soviet partisans in Belarusia. Soviet directives issued on July 29th, 1941 call for the formation of partisan detachments and diversionist groups in the German-occupied territories. Already organized partisan formations from remains of the destroyed Red Army immediately become active in Belarusia. And my opponent's getting on the map another almost 100,000. Problem is that his units are, or he's running pretty hard. And that means that I can't really engage the Red Army. I'm taking more territory than historically, or at least faster, but also means that he's getting troops faster and is able to build actual solid lines, probably later on. So yeah, he's over 3 million now. That's a bit of a problem for me. As I'd like to keep the Red Army as small as possible. Soviet losses, etc., etc. Let's just take a look at the map here. He's been bombing Pskov and its railroad. Again, that means I should immediately look at the air losses. He's lost only 162, so we lost 30. Holy smokes, 18 operational. Ooh. Wonder where. 18 is a lot. So like this seems to be the only area. I do have a lot of planes. I'm trying to take it out here. Okay, well, I don't want to say that's a bit weird, but I do feel it's a bit weird that I'm losing 30 planes. And I'm not really sure. Maybe it's in theater box? Zero lost in training. Western Europe air losses in total 9, 14, 18. Oh no, just total is 9 here. 30 planes. That's a lot of air losses. And then 60, but this does not. Like, this is Western or Eastern Front only. So if I lost 7 planes due to flak in the current turn, like I don't see where I'm supposed to have lost those planes to flak at all. Because I don't. So I wonder if my units are running air operations somewhere else. It's kind of weird. Okay, never mind that. We had one ground attack, so my opponent's checking out how powerful these cavalry divisions are. The answer is not. Is it under Stavka? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go immediately to theater boxes. So, garrison has 56. And I believe I have to put it to 60 at least, or 80. Will I get more security divisions? I don't think so. Yeah, I actually do get 2 security divisions in the theater box. I will leave that because that's probably good enough, and that's fine. Then, yeah, I have these level bombers and some recon there. Talk about patrol, that's 0.8. I could get it a little higher because that can technically get to like 3 or something, which is really not bad, but then I do need to get recon from other places. Do I have recon currently transferring there? No, because the next one is turn 11. It's just reinforcements, okay. So let's send both these recon to the Soviet Union garrison, because that way I can get less troops in the Soviet Union garrison. That means I can get them from other places. Looking at bombers, that's 10%, but I have 7.6, so that'll be okay. They'll actually work out quite nicely. I also don't have any fighters in there, so I will also send some fighters to the Soviet Union garrison. With 8%, that can be around 6. So again, I do think I want to send some there. I wonder if I could send these to the... Yes, I can. Okay, so they would count. But they're trained as bombers, and I want them to be trained as fighters. In the meanwhile, I am gonna send these over to the garrison. And I want to take a look because, for example, for Norway, 5.8. It's just 4.7, 4.2 is these 3. That's 4.2. And I need an equal amount in the theater box, in a sense. 5.8, yeah. Those 3 are 5.8. So then I will have another 3 here. Like, this is 37 planes though, and in Norway it is, these guys are also 32 fighters. Okay, never mind. And then I will send these Jägerschrader 52 first part at least to the garrison. It sounds super weird sending fighters to the garrison, but it does, like, sending those there, at least for now. I don't need more planes in the Eastern Front because my supplies can't catch up anyway in terms of going to the airfields and stuff, and it does mean that I can have another security unit somewhere else, and that means that I can have, say, a mountain division on the map. So I'm basically trading, yeah, like almost 100 fighters, I know, for an extra division. which I think at least in 9041 sounds like a pretty reasonable deal. Now, I think later on, say 3344, that might change, and I might need those 100 fighters. But I guess for the moment this is fine. Yeah, so we also have these tactical bombers, but I'm not doing anything with that yet. Let's expand these. North Africa, way too much naval. Again. How am I on patrol? I also have too much patrol, so I can send some of these Italian recons over to the garrison. And then I can take out German ones, so 121. That's fine. I have 121 in fighters. I have a lot of these fighter bombers. Let's see if they're all trained as fighters. Yes, they are. Now, with 14, you're killing this bandit on the 29th. Let's send the 114. I guess that's fine. And then on the ground, we have slightly too much bombers too, as you can see. It doesn't actually benefit me, but I only have 4 bombers, so I can't really take any. Too much construction. But I only have 2, so I also cannot take either of them. I actually think this 114 is probably fine because it's gonna get beefed up anyway, and it's not so much that it's a really big difference. But this is also fine. Balkans, so I have 8 too many, so let's take some from the ground. And then the question is, where am I gonna send them? So technically I can send the Italians to Africa. Or I can send static divisions to Finland, because at Finland I have 106 now, 12 too many. That means I can take a mountain unit. I'll take probably the Nord SS mountain unit is it's not the strongest. I want to know what the difference is in TOE. 10,937. Huh. So the Nord SS mountain is actually smaller than a regular mountain division. You're at 5 strength. You're at 5.88. Yeah, let's send these to the map then. Puts me in 103. Still fine though. Norway. Has too much air, too much naval. Thing is that I don't. If I take 1 fighter, that should be okay actually. Okay, 107. This is 102, which is also fine. I'll leave it at that. Right, so given that I actually have some units here, like the 81st Infantry, that I could send out of North Africa, and units like 7th Flieger. Well, actually, let's start with getting the 6th Mountain to the map. How bad is it then? 101. Okay, fine. It means we only have Western Theater left. I have 21 extra. Can't remove any of the night fighters, sadly. And in terms of air day, I'm also not super comfortable. I mean, 109 is fine, but I can actually take some from the ground here. Let's just start by looking whether there's something extra. 15, 28, 13, 36. I still have too many bombers. Okay. How are we on garrison in terms of what bombers do I have there? Just level bombers already. I have plenty of bombers in the reserve here. I guess I'm getting more bombers into the reserve. Wait, how much? 36, yeah. Alright, now 33. And I have a lot of flak high, but that does count for fighters, so that's fine. I can actually just send some infantry, I guess. Let's take a look if there are some that would go to the map anyhow. Yeah, you. 13, huh? Let's go down rather quickly. Let's just leave it at 103. I guess sending one more is fine. And then the reserves. I have no ground forces in the reserves. Alright, fair enough. That's theater boxes. Then let's take a look at this. So, where's my rail construction unit? Because not only that, I also need to take a look at depots. Because I need to take a look whether I can move my airplanes. And I don't think I can at this point. There's no airfield at Pliusa, and I don't intend to make any at Pliusa. I can probably use some fighters in Veliki Luki. Do I actually still have some? No. No. Okay. Let's see though. If I move Jagersweder 27 over to Veliki Luki, I can get Jagersweder 53 over to Vitebsk. Or I could just get Jagersweder 53 over to Veliki Luki. And I think that's fine because I'm going to build that railroad there. And let's make them part of Air Fleet 1, I guess. Or 1st Flieger Corps? Can I even do that? Yeah, okay. Alright, so that's fine. It is the north after all, so I will be having those there. Then I can keep Jägerstrader 27 there, 52 there. They'll be operating a lot better this way. Both airfields are okay. Cannot move further to the north. And in terms of the transport group, you're fine there. There are no more forward air bases, I guess. At this stage, all the airfields up here are full. I can't deploy them anywhere there. So, yeah, there's that. Then I do have a airfield at Berdichev, which I could potentially use, maybe. Not for that. But I could use it for Koluft 1. There's something to be said to get a rail running to Uman. And getting some airplanes on there, because yeah, I'll also be able to get them up here and then down here. That would give me space for both the Jägerstrader 3 and 77. So then if I move them to Uman, they're too far away from the front still anyhow. But it these guys actually might be used because this airfield is very close, at least, to Fastov. And yeah, this one might be a bit more trouble. Let's try to resupply them. Maybe they'll be useful. I actually don't think the range is good enough. No. Just oh well. Like I said, I've just advanced too quickly, and that's what happens. Yeah, let's move you as well. And that shouldn't be there. Yeah, let's fly out to Tarnopol. Okay. Now that I have the Odessa airfield and Jägerstrader 51 is just operating from here, they should be doing that fine. I can use them as an air base, at the very least for the German planes that we have around here. The bombers, at least. Kampfgruppe 2. There is no airfield at Kherson, so that's a bit tricky. I will move 27 later. The thing Here is also, I think, that... No, actually, Yassi and Kishinev are not full. So I can actually start moving KG-27 over to both of these. And I mean, 104 is a lot better than 123, so. Then we still have Flieger für Ostsee over here, but I don't need to use it right now. Because, you know, the first time, well, I'm gonna go to Sevastopol, so. That's basically how that's gonna look. Fine. Alright, so I've moved my air units, and the only thing, well, I can actually probably move these Romanian bombers. Not to Tiraspol, but for example, over to Bacau. The question is that useful? Because they're still not going to do any bombing runs. So I don't actually think it is useful there. Let's thus take a look at the directives. Third Army Group North with ground supports. Currently also need to include Yugoslav 53 at the very least. And they will go for entire Army Group North. Recon. I actually want the target hex to be this. I want to investigate all of that territory. And then area 2. Like this. And I have another recon. I don't really need it here. But I want to have some general recon, I guess, over in this section. And I actually want that to be a 4. Come on, game. Yeah. Now, Air Fleet 2. My opponent has abandoned Smolensk, except for the troops that are in there. I'll take a bit of a peek what's around here. And definitely not this hex. Seems like at least Kursk is still empty, luckily. Actually don't need that recon. But I want to take a look at the Bryansk section. And yeah, ground supports a what's going on here? Yugoslav 52. They're not doing very well. They didn't get a whole lot of reinforcements. Wonder if I can see that somewhere here. Doesn't look like it. Freight? Probably not either, no. It's a bit of an unfortunate thing that I cannot see, for example. Where certain reinforcements came out here, like okay. Killed in action. 28th Corps. Where is 28th Corps? Up there, huh? He got killed in action. Did my opponent bomb it? No. Huh. Weird. There's also some rename. 5th Light Division renamed to 21st Panzer. Okay, so they did change that. It was a bit weird. Indeed. And the TOE is changed. Did I keep it in Africa? Yes, I did. Okay. Fair enough. Okay. That does conclude air operations in there. And south. What do I have for Romanians? They just have ground support. That's fine, they're not gonna need it anyway. I can always just turn it off. Recon in this area. Let's just do this. And don't want recon there. But let's do it here. And also ground support by all my fighters. Yeah. I do want to get these parts of STG1 and STG2. And the question then is, where do I want them? And I actually think I want them in the north to help against Leningrad. So that means I'll be getting them there and transferring them there. Low fuel, low ammo, low air support. Yeah, we'll take care of that in a bit. Where are SCG1 and SCG2? They are here. Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get STG1 over here. put you under STG1. And then I have this part of STG2. Let's put it under STG2. And STG2 will then just fly to Vitebsk on the next turn, but they're at 100% now. It doesn't really matter that it's in the center now, because the active units are in Vitebsk. There's that. So I can execute the airface, I think. Or did I have more air groups that I want to bring in from reserve? Oh yeah, these guys. Transport planes. Those transport planes are part of the LLG-1. Okay. Then indeed I have this, but I'm not changing that. Let's run it. Yep. I have to take a look at my recon losses, because I don't want them. They are very high here, as you can see. I really have to see whether these losses are sustainable. Most of them are operational losses, but it doesn't matter. Still 29 losses. Let's take a look at production, because in terms of losses, most of these are 88 D2s. How many am I producing? I'm actually only producing D1s here. Yes, I'm running very short, so I'll have to change them to D1s because I have a few in the pool. And D2s are older models, I guess. So I'll have to switch them up starting from next turn, fair enough. Also to Focke-Wulf 189, because I do have a reasonable amount of those in the pool too. Yeah, I'm short quite a few though. I'm also short quite a few air transfer planes. I'm making 18 a turn, but I'm still short 95. Still making these, just not that many. Okay. I actually have quite a few of these in reserve, interestingly enough. Alright, now that we're in the ground phase, let's start by working on some stuff here. The rail. And I'll need to move the Fortress Brigade a bit. Okay. Now that the Romanians have worked on the rail to Odessa, there are two things I can do. I can have them work on this double rail here, or I can have them work on the rail moving up here, and I guess that's probably a bit more useful. So that's one. Build a depot at Uman. I mean, I'm gonna have air units there anyway, so. It's a bit sad this is the singular rail, but that's okay. As long as the railroads are going forward, ever forward. And keep pushing. Shame I cannot get it into Corson now. And I do want it here though. At this stage. Okay, I mean, I guess they got a little bit for it. Now, next turn they'll not do all that. Well, basically they can do 1, 2, and then they can continue working on through this. I can maybe get up till here. Maybe. Let's get the rail to Veliki Luki here. Since I still cannot work on a rail line to Smolensk, I'll just be busy around here. So this way I can also get a rail line like this. There is no, well, except for the one to Vitebsk, there is no other double rail over in that direction. These guys actually did this very nicely, these two. They could have done this, which would have been fair enough, but I'm actually happy that they did these two, because that's exactly what I wanted. Let's take a look, because in terms of rail, I have this here core, and they have 3. I actually think they're probably best off staying here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Staying in that hex, so they can once again build 3, or take care of 3 pieces around here, in that section. I could also scoot it over a bit, so that they can also start working on these parts over to this side. And in the center here, because there's a chance otherwise that they're just gonna do this part, and this part again. And that wouldn't be super effective, I guess. Although, maybe... It's funny because they only have this one singular piece that isn't actually connected from Riga to Pskov on this side. I mean, I do have this double rail. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have to put it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thing is, I kinda would like to get a rail up to Tallinn, and then from Tallinn over to the Narva section. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would have to place it here on this hex. Now, from that hex, then they can technically start working on these, and up here too. I'll probably have to keep it there for a while, but if I can get a rail going then from Riga up to Tallinn, and then I primarily wanted to work from Tallinn over up to here to supply Leningrad from Tallinn as well. I don't need to have everything converted right away, but doing it like this, like I know there are some areas where it sucks that I don't have them, like these, but I think ultimately there will be a better job. Now that I have these two as well, I can reposition these to work on Idrits and these. So I will move you 1 hex, and that means that the only things that are in range at that point are these and these. They have no other choice but to work on that part of the rail. Yeah. So then this will go fairly quickly, this part. I guess technically what I could do is I could get the FBD then further down again and work on this piece, and then back here to Vitebsk. That's something. Alright, let's move the core unit up. Now that I have the railroad to Luga, I kind of just want to go back over to the east. I mean, I have no other choice but to just do this for the moment, since there's some defenses there too. I'll just work on the rail to Novgorod here. Getting a depot at Luga is marginal enough. Alright, there we go. That's the rail units for you. Let's just get rid of this for a sec and take a look. So, as for the Slovakian unit, when is the Slovakian Corps? It's the 9th. Well, fair enough. Where's Army Group South, actually? Ah, crap, they're overburdened. Really? Ah, poop. What the heck? I thought I took care of it.